I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Brandon.
And it's just that time of the day. Weird feelings.
Let's talk about that.
Well, we all experience these weird feelings. Let's talk about some of those. Like getting pins and needles. Now, I looked it up just to get a little info on it because I'm not sure why or how it happens, but now I know. And it says hitting your funny bone isn't very funny, neither is crossing your legs for too long, or waking up at night with a dead seeming hand that gradually tings back to life. What causes that horrible pins and needles sensation? I've been wondering that for years. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's very painful, I think. It's very ticklish on my feet, though. It's just torture. I always wondered how that happened. It happens when you apply too much extra weight or pressure on a nerve, temporarily inhibiting its function, and then remove the pressure. As the nerve gradually returns to normal, our brain somehow interprets its activity as a tingling sensation. Pins and needles.
Okay. Well, I don't really get that sensation often, but is losing your circulation like in your hands, Sam, or your hand falling asleep?
That's pretty much what it is.
Well, I go kart race, and when I'm racing, I tend to grip the steering wheel too hard, which makes my hands fall asleep, basically, and then so it's hard to move them. So whenever I'm like on the straight, I do this. It seems to help it quite a bit when you get the blood flowing again. It's just a strategy I use.
Well, it always annoys me. So you're saying it doesn't happen to you that often? Wait.
Okay, well,
feels like
also,
that?
Also, I tend to lay on my arm a lot when I'm sleeping, which sucks. Or if I sit on the couch, if I sit on my foot, fall asleep. I don't know. I don't
See, that's why I have a pillow under my hand first. Because back when I was younger, I always see my grandpa be like this, but turns out he wasn't actually leaning on them. He's just putting his hands there for comfort. I thought he was leaning on them, so I would do that. My hands would fall asleep, and I get that feeling. It would annoy me, and I'm like, Grandpa, how do you not have that happen? And he said he doesn't know. He's never had that happen with his hands like that. It's very annoying, I think. I think the worst time I had it was during school. A couple years ago, I had it in my right foot, and it went crazy, and I couldn't stand the feeling. Another bad moment was when I was trying to sleep, and I was thinking, what happens if I just don't do anything, and I just try to not do anything? And I didn't. It was insane. It was torture. It's like a Chinese torture when they have you tied down, they have the water dripping on your forehead. But eventually it went away. So I think that actually works. Anything more to say about this?
Nope. Is that your last example?
Last? Dude, that's our first.
4 pins and needles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, next one is deja vu. I actually kind of had that today. I was in my history teacher's class, and he was talking about something, and I was zoning off, and then all of a sudden, it was like deja vu. I'm like, wait, I remember this. We were doing something. Then, when I thought he was going to call on me, he called on me. That was weird.
Kinky.
Awesome.
Well, I've had that many times. I can't even remember any examples for that. It's a very weird feeling. I've heard many different things about it. Like I've heard it's dreams that you don't remember. Like if you fall asleep and you don't have a dream, but you always do have a dream. Just saying.
You just don't remember.
Yeah, I've heard that those are the dreams that you don't remember.
Yeah.
But it says here, deja vu is the experience of being certain that you have experienced or seen a new situation previously. You feel as though the event has already happened or is repeating itself. The experience is usually accompanied by a strong sense of familiarity and a sense of eeriness, strangeness, or weirdness. The previous experience is usually attributed to a dream, but sometimes there is a firm sense that it has truly occurred in the past. Yeah. So, I guess, yes, it's usually from a dream.
I like how it's this eerie feeling, because you just feel so weird and so paranormal. It's just odd.
So maybe, technically, they're saying we can see the future, but we just can't control it.
We just haven't it seems like we haven't. If you think about it, you don't remember ever seeing that before. But then once it happens again, you remember seeing that. It's the only time you remember it. It's weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
Another topic that we don't have down. We have 5 topics to talk about, but one that we didn't put down because I thought it was stupid. But now I'm thinking. There was this one time, I can't remember what it's called, it was deja something, because there's a whole bunch of weird feelings that start with the first word, deja. And it's where you remember this happening, kind of like deja vu, except you can predict what's going to happen next. And you tell people what's going to happen next, or you can.
Like Final Destination movies.
Yeah, sort of like the Final Destination movies. And I did that couple years ago when I was in 5th or 6th grade, one of the two, and I was hanging out with my buddies, and I was like, guys, I know what's going to happen, and I told them what was going to happen, and it happened, and it was really weird. And then my friend had that happen a week later. We thought we were psychic, but then we figured out that we're not psychic.
Yeah, I don't have an experience like that. I actually just recently watched all the Final Destination movies in a row. Intense. But, anyway. Yeah.
Next topic. Deja vu. That is weird. Oh, I pronounced it right. Cool. It says it's pronounced Veku.
Veku.
It is what most people are experiencing when they think they are experiencing deja vu. Deja vu is a sense of having seen something before, whereas deja vu is the experience of having seen an event before, but in great detail, such as recognizing smells and sounds. This is also usually accompanied by a very strong feeling of knowing what is going to come next. This is the guy who wrote about this. He's telling us a story, so I'm going to read it first person, just so you guys don't get confused. Where was I? In my own experience of this, I have not only known what is going to come next, but I've been able to tell those around me what is going to come next. Oh, I guess that was the topic I was talking about just a second ago. And I am right. This is a very eerie and unexplainable sensation.
Oh, I hate that word eerie. It just creeps me out.
It does kind of creep me out, too. I mean, it reminds me of horror movies and suspense and stuff like that.
Okay, and after watching all the Final Destination movies, you just don't know what's going to happen, and it creeps you out.
Well, since we already talked about that, I guess that's another topic down. Lightheaded. That I actually know a lot about.
Lightheaded is like if you go jogging for a long time, or if you like hyperventilate, being lightheaded. It's just weird. I don't know if it's a good or a bad feeling. I don't really care for it.
I think it feels good, but it's bad for you. It kills brain cells. See, it's when your brain does not have enough oxygen, so you feel lightheaded as if you're going to pass out.
Well, I have a past of I have a history of passing out at like when I overheat or something. Like I've been 3rd grade. I was like I was in like some kind of show and I passed out during the practice. 6th grade, same thing happened.
Did that happen in 7th grade too?
No.
Oh,
that was someone else in 7th grade. But yeah, and just playing badminton outside, I passed out with my friend. Yeah, I don't like the feeling.
Getting heat exhaustion is also accompanied by passing out. I've almost done that. I used to be in baseball. I hated it.
I was in baseball.
And it was really hot out one day, and me and my dad both started feeling sick, and as if we were going to pass out, so we left.
That's why I drink water. I've been dehydrated. It sucks being dehydrated.
Yes, it does.
I was hospitalized for 7 days, I'm pretty sure. 7 or 8 days.
Oh my god.
Because I was really drastically. I was really drastically dehydrated.
I don't know how you get that dehydrated. How do you get that dehydrated? Wouldn't you notice?
I was 1.
You were 1. Okay. Well, I guess I can't really control that. What the heck is with your parents then? You're not giving you the water you need?
I have no idea. Oh well, next topic. Orgasms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon came up with this one. He's a horny boy.
I appreciate that.
I do too.
And so orgasms.
Orgasms.
I guess they only feel good. There's nothing really bad about them.
Yes, it depends. You know, one time, not a couple of years ago, but a year ago, around there, I was watching Dr. Phil. I was just like glancing at it, and they started talking about orgasms, so I got intrigued.
Kinky.
Yes, kinky. So I started watching it, and
Orgasms? Oh.
and this woman was talking about. No, it wasn't on Dr. Phil. It was on Dr. Oz.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, she was talking about, is it normal that every time you poop, you have an orgasm? And I was thinking, that would be pretty awesome.
Jizz every time you take a crap?
Don't talk like that. This is supposed to be appropriate.
That's weird. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Because Dr. Oz said that it was because the poop made her nerves between the two stuff. Do you know what this is really awkward now. Between the two holes, there's a lot of nerves there, and the poop makes them all sort of activate.
Should we just skip this topic and edit that out?
No, we should not skip this. So then it went to all the nerves in her area, and that happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's the end of that topic.
No, it's not.
I'm not going to tell you about my past experience with orgasms because that's weird.
Oh, well, anyway, I will. Well, anyway, it's not really normal to poop and have an orgasm every time. But an orgasm is a very nice feeling. If you're watching this and you have not experienced it, you should try it.
Endorphins make you happy.
Okay. But unless you're a little kid and watching this, don't repeat anything. Don't tell your parents you watched this. But it is a very good sensation, good feeling. It's probably why a lot of people have sex. And when I say having sex,
Legal.
I don't mean making love. Those are two very different things. But we'll talk about that, and maybe we'll talk about that in another video. But
Yeah, there's a difference.
it's when the nerves in your private area are activated somehow by touching, and they just they activate some other things, and other things just go. There are different types of orgasms too, but we're not going to talk about that because that's just way too inappropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Well, any other strange feelings?
No.
Actually, shivering. I guess not really shivering, but sort of like getting a chill, getting those random chills. Those are really, really weird.
Yeah, like, just randomly you have that chill down your spine, just sucks. It's like, oh, that's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, and the other day when I was sleeping, I felt like someone was touching my leg, so I freaked out, and I extended my legs, and it just kept following down my leg, and I freaked out and got up, and I didn't see anything. So, yeah, that's a very weird feeling. But, comment below of what you want us to talk about.
One more thing.
What?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline.
I love adrenaline. Happens a lot. I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes it so you're like, makes you feel like you're invincible.
It's not
like you can do whatever, like you can just run, and you can run and not feel any pain or any restriction. It doesn't feel like you're restricted at all. If you're running, it feels like you're running like really fast. And like we've run, it started storming outside, and we were really far from Calvin's house. I was running, and I was actually getting an adrenaline boost from that. I just didn't want to stop running, and happens a lot in my racing.
Well,
Just gets intense.
adrenaline is when the blood really pumps to your muscles, and it increases the strength of you by a lot. It's really in intense scenarios and life or death situations is when it's really needed and it really kicks in.
Or at least when your brain thinks it's life or death.
See, when there was a story about this old lady lifting a car.
Yeah, like her grandson got hit by a car and was underneath the car, and the old lady lifted the car up.
That's some adrenaline that we could all use when we want it.
I've actually seen the video.
I have not.
There's a video on Fox 9 a year or so ago of the old lady running over and she lifted up the car and somebody took the kid out from under the car. That was pretty cool.
I get adrenaline when I imagine me getting into a fight and I'm about to get into a fight. Like the other day, this kid kept messing with me and I was just thinking, dude, punch this kid in the face and just end it there because I can hit really hard. Because I was in MMA. But the other side of me was saying, don't do it because I'll get in trouble at school, because we were in school. And I got a major adrenaline. I was just thinking I could knock his teeth in right there and then. But I knew it wasn't right, so I didn't do it. But that's just an example of adrenaline. Also, the 6'4" guy attacked me, and my adrenaline kicked in. But then I calmed down and my adrenaline went away because I'm a very calm fighter. And adrenaline does make you go a little crazy. Like, it'll make you just go for something sometimes. That's why I like to keep calm. But my friend Isaac says that when he gets adrenaline in a fight, he goes crazy. And I told him I don't like that.
Sometimes it kind of makes you do things that you would normally do that you think now you can do.
And things you couldn't do before.
Yeah.
Because it does.
Sometimes you can do things you couldn't do before.
Yeah. It does increase your muscle, as I said.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't really increase it, but it
increases the blood flow.
It's basically a temporary steroid for you. And it's not illegal, and it's not bad for you.
Happens.
Yes, it's a regular bodily function, just like an orgasm. And pins and needles.
Deja vu.
I wouldn't say that's a normal bodily function, but it's more of a brain.
Something with your brain. Yeah.
Well, are we done here? Yeah. Alright, well, it has been just that time of the day with Kelvin.
I'm Brandon.
Yeah. See you guys next time.